Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chicagoland. This is race 17 of the 2004 season. We are under the lights here. It is Saturday night. 1 week ago, we were in Daytona. Now, today, we are in Chicagoland. Next week, we'll find ourselves in New Hampshire. Um, there was two races earlier this week, the Truck Series and the Busch Series. They're both at the Milwaukee Mile. And Casey Kane won the Busch race, and John Wood won the truck race. Another big win for Roush. But yeah, speaking of Roush, we got Roush, Kurt Busch on the front row here tonight. We'll talk silly season real quick. DEI, Dale Earnhardt Incorporate, announces that Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Michael Waltrip will be back for the 2005 season, as well as Terry Labonte will not be back in that one car. Um, they said that there's no full-time driver announced. Most likely, um, Steve Park will be back on the part-time schedule. Paul Menard will be in their Busch series, and Martin Truex Jr. is expected to be racing part-time in that one car. Um, with Terry Labonte, though, where's he going? He has signed a one-year deal with Hendrick. Probably, I think he's going to be driving the 5 next season. Brian Vickers will be moving to the 25. Joe Nemechek is out. He's going to his Busch team. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon sticking around. And either Travis Kvapil or Casey Kane are front runners for the 84 team. And then basically whoever doesn't get that and another driver will probably get the 44 as part-time. So Hendrick could be fielding up to 6 cars next season. And speaking of 6 cars, Roush announced that they will be fielding 6 cars. All 5 other cars are coming back, and they will be opening a 6th car. Um, National Guard will be hopping on board, and Carl Edwards will be driving the number 54. Now we know in 2006 that NASCAR is basically forcing the teams into having a cap of four cars, 4 full-time cars. So it's going to be interesting who gets cut, who gets to stay. But that's in the future. That's speculation. That's over a year from now. Tonight, right now, we got Chicagoland. Able to figure out the point situation. We see Matt Kenseth's here at the top. 56 points back is Jeff Gordon. Ryan Newman is 60 back. Um, Hendrick looks strong. Mark Martin's down to 20th in points now. It was a pretty wild race. There was a lot of sand, a lot of engine troubles, a lot of flat tires. We'll have to see. We are nowhere near Daytona Beach, so we'll have to see if we got any of those issues following us here.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright, as the drivers get called to their cars, we'll go over the practice times, qualifying, and the happy hour times. Yeah, we got Jimmy Spencer down here, Ward Burton, David Starrs in the 60. Mike Bliss there for Joe Gibbs Racing. Kind of go up here. Jason Leffler had a great practice, P14. Jimmy Johnson was the only one who ran a 9. I'm going to go to happy hour. Terry Labonte ran a 0, couple zeros, quite a few 1s. Jimmy Spencer's down here again. John Andretti's down here. I'll go over qualifying. Robbie Gordon, Brian Vickers, Jeff Gordon's down here too. Jason Leffler. Yikes. There's Spencer, Kyle Petty. Talk about silly season. This team is expected to shut down unless they can find some serious funding. They just want to rebuild that team. They may be out for a year or two. Steve Park, Bill Elliott. And then, yeah, some interesting ones. We got John Andretti, 8th. That's a good run. Ryan Newman, top 10. But let's get the command to fire your engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
There is your command to fire engines. We'll get down to trackside and get your starting lineup before we go green. Alrighty, on your front row, we got Kurt Busch to his outside, Joe Nemechek. Row 2, Jamie McMurray. Nice to see him up front. He usually doesn't qualify very well. Matt Kenseth. Jeremy Mayfield, row 3. Inside of him, Mark Martin. Row 4, talked about it. John Andretti to his inside, Bobby Labonte. Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart. Robert Yates, teammates. Jimmy Johnson, Ricky Rudd. Terry Labonte, Jeff Burton. Dave Blaney, Kevin Harvick. Looks like Casey Mears, Kenny Wallace. Looks like the 32 there of Ricky Craven. To the inside of him, Jeff Green. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is back in there. Michael Waltrip's back in there. That's Jerry Nadeau. For some reason, that car's blurry. Kind of go through the rest of it here. We got Greg Biffle, Jeff Gordon, Brian Vickers. I'm not really sure why some of the cars get as blurry as they do. But oh well. We'll get the green here for Chicagoland. Pace cars on pit road. You hear the engines or the drivers step on the throttle. We are green from Chicagoland. As Joe Nemechek looks like he may lead the first lap if he can hold off Kurt Busch, and he does. It looks like a couple cars were turned around backwards. Let's go see what happened. Looks like just outside the top 20 or in and around there. It's like Jeff Green just kind of ran over Dale Jr. Hard hit for all three of those drivers. You hate to see that. What is Jeff Green doing? Okay. Anyways. Yeah, one lap in, we're already pitting. They've already got mixed strategy here. Tony Stewart looks like he's going to try and stay out here. Can he lead a lap? He does. He's going to lead a lap. Alrighty, we are looking to go back green on lap 5 here. Looks like the 80 and the 72 will be one lap down as they're pulling out of the pits here. Dale Jr. is trying to catch up to the back of the field. Yeah, I'm not sure why the cars are so blurry. Some races are fine, some races are not. Maybe it has something to do with the track. I'm not really sure. I do have the car quality turned all the way up, but anyway, meanwhile, looks like was it the top 5 maybe stayed out. Maybe some people took 2 tires, but yeah, we'll get restarted with 61 laps to go. Here comes the 80 trying to catch back up. There goes Jeff Burton. He's going to make a move to the inside of Stewart. So you see down this backstretch, it's kind of curved. It's not straight at all. Not even a little bit straight. Now, it's an interesting angle going off into the corner. You see Jeff Burton is able to hang a left, get to the inside of Stewart. They're going to have a drag race at the line. That was close. They're going to give it to Stewart. I thought it was closer than that. I got Jeremy Mayfield, David Starr running side by side. There goes Joe Nemechek. McMurray's going to shut that run off. Here we come off turn 2. Tony Stewart leads over Jeff Burton. Here we go. We're already 55 laps to go. Jeff Burton's all over the back end of Tony Stewart, looking to find a way. Tony Stewart's doing a great job of defending. Now, one guy who needs a good run right here, Mark Martin. Looking for 4th round, Jamie McMurray. Terry Labonte announced that he's going back to Hendrick. He's having himself a good run. A fantastic move there from Matt Kenseth, looking to the inside of McMurray. There's Tony Stewart right there. Appears to be pulling away from Jeff Burton, or Jeff Burton moves a little high, trying to search for some grip to trying to get around Tony Stewart. There's Bobby Labonte going around the outside of the 25 and the 60. And yellow flag is out here. Let's go see who wrecked this time. Kyle Petty's down there on pit road. He's looking to the inside of Jason Leffler. There's Robbie Gordon. Oh, what a horrible hit and a horrible angle for Kyle Petty. Ooh. Yeah, nothing happened. The car looks like he just checked up for Leffler and Gordon was there. I don't know if Gordon tried tucking in behind him. I mean, what a shot right there from Kyle Petty. But pits are open. Here they come. It's like nobody's staying out. Tony Stewart will lead another lap there. I can't have that. Our infield is freaking out. Ooh, Mark Martin there. Jerry Mayfield made contact. There goes Jeff Burton, drop down and away. Tony Stewart, it's going to be a drag race on pit exit. Tony Stewart's going to beat him. There's Mayfield. Terry Labonte gets a great jump right there. Mark Martin's getting hung up in the pits. Jimmy Johnson. There's Jeff Gordon trying to make his way back up. Ryan Newman fell horribly. Vickers trying to make his way back up. And, yeah, we'll catch you when you go back green. We are back green here. Coming off turn 4. Tony Stewart gets a great jump. As he leads over Jeff Burton, over Terry Labonte. Mayfield's trying to hold off Matt Kenseth. And Kenseth is looking to extend his point lead here today. Don't look now, but here comes Terry Labonte. That one car looking pretty quick. So we got 3 wide between McMurray, Mark Martin, and Dave Blaney. Mark Martin is able to clear them both by the time they get down to turn 1. Michael Waltrip's looking to fill the gap. 77, way up high. And he's able to clear. I wonder if he found something up there. The inside line appears to be kind of the preferred lane. But you see David Starr way up top. Maybe they're a little equal. That 60 car is looking pretty competitive up top there. See how he does on this end of the speedway. So it doesn't seem as good in 1 and 2. There's Mark Martin. Nope, he's going to lift. Oh, maybe it's only good for maybe a lap or two, but there goes Mayfield. Getting passed by Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth is going to make it 3 wide for third. Labonte's going to clear up in front of Mayfield. And they're going to try and hold off Kenseth. They're going to be 3 wide on the exit here. Almost. Terry Labonte's going to still hang on here. And he will clear Kenseth. Maybe it's just kind of depending on your car. But I wonder what it does to the tires. One guy who really needs a good run here, and he's showing it. And he's doing it. It's Tony Stewart. Sitting not very well on the points. But he needed a good run here. Joe Gibbs Racing as a whole really needed a good run here. But as this camera angle, you can really see the curvature of the backstretch. And how it's not at all straight here at Chicagoland. It makes this place sort of unique versus the other cookie cutter mile and a halfs like Kansas. Ooh, Mayfield to the inside of Labonte. I don't think Terry was expecting that. That was nearly a wreck for third. Labonte brothers high. Terry's higher. He's going to sit in front of Bobby Labonte. Meanwhile, we got a battle for the lead heating up here. Coming to the completion of lap 23, Tony Stewart looks like his car just wraps the bottom better than anybody. Don't look now. But Jeff Gordon is up inside the top 20. He's been trying to claw his way through the field right there. He's got to lift and give Newman some breathing room. When you're in this pack, I mean, look at the hornet's nest. There's so many different lanes. Closing rates are ridiculous. Especially if you have a fast car like Gordon has. He's going to be way faster than everybody else he's racing around. Look at Mayfield's kind of throwing a block there on Kenseth. Mayfield wants to make the move before Matt Kenseth makes the move on him. But looks like Bobby's able to defend and hang on to fourth, and he's going to get a run on his brother. There goes Mark Martin's trying to make a move on his teammate Matt Kenseth. And their teammate Jeff Burton's trying to get around Tony Stewart. He's going to hang a left off of 4. But Tony Stewart right there just has the momentum, and Burton's just not able to get there. Tony Stewart hangs on for now. Bobby's looking to the inside of Terry. Can't get there. Mayfield's up top. Bobby might be able to get a run here. Mayfield, he's looking to try and get a run to go around the outside of Labonte. That's Bobby Labonte. Bobby's looking to the inside of Terry. Mayfield to the outside of Kenseth. Marks in 7th, waiting in the wings. Yeah, Jeff Burton is not letting Tony Stewart get away. Jeff Burton knows how critical it is to perform if he wants to stay at Roush. I think the 01 had an issue. The 01's on pit road. Now Terry Labonte's clear. Bobby Labonte and Jeremy Mayfield are battling hard side by side. Speaking of battling hard, look at this mid-pack battle. Just inside the top 20, we've got 3 wide, multiple rows deep. As soon as I say that, they kind of, well, you got Kurt Busch trying to shoot the middle, Jeff Gordon trying to shoot the middle. They're using 4 different lanes, Biffle down all the way down to Biffle on the inside, and McMurray up top. I'm not really sure what the fuel window is here. Man, just look at all the craziness, all the crazy battles. Looks like John Andretti's losing his track position. Jeff Burton's looking high on Stewart, trying to get a run off the corner. He's got one. He's going to peek to the inside. Is that enough to give the 99 the lead? That 20 car has been really, really strong out front. Jeff Burton's been really strong right behind him. Now he's to the inside. And with these guys being side by side, they can't use the whole track. They're going to be limited on the grip. That's only going to bring Terry Labonte into this. Tony Stewart's running just above that second seam. Looks like it's going to give him the run. And he's going to be able to clear. Now Mayfield's going to have a run on Terry Labonte. He's going to look to the inside. Labonte's going to give it to him as of now. But Labonte's going to clear Mayfield. There goes Burton trying to make another run at the lead. 35 laps to go this time by. And there goes Labonte and Mayfield to the inside of Burton. Bobby Labonte way up top. Jeff Burton's trying to get around the outside. Mayfield tried to get in front of Labonte. That's Bobby Labonte. Unable to, is Jeff Burton is able to get the run around the outside. But here comes Bobby Labonte trying to get around his teammate. Is the outside line where you want to be? Jeff Burton goes to the lead. Bobby Labonte to second. So they're nearly 3 wide for third. Terry's trying to go around the outside. They are 3 wide for fourth now. There goes Mark Martin looking to the inside of Kenseth. But maybe you don't want to be on the inside. Maybe you want to be on the outside. We got Michael Waltrip, Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jarrett nearly 3 wide back there. John Andretti got super loose off of 4. Meanwhile, back up to the front here. Terry Labonte's behind Tony Stewart. He's looking to the inside. Bobby Labonte is trying to size up a run on Jeff Burton. Mayfield drops down in front of Mark Martin. Here comes Matt Kenseth trying to mount a charge on the outside. Kenseth clears Mayfield. That outside line's looking pretty tough here on older tires. Next time by will be 31 laps to go. Jeff Burton leads Bobby Labonte, but don't look now. There's Mike Bliss running about a second slower. I don't know if that'll cause major implications. See all these damaged cars back here. But this will be interesting because if anybody does get held up, we know how important that outside line can be trying to make a pass or hold off somebody. The top 3 are all pretty much evenly spaced out. Yeah, right there, the 80's got damage. It's hurting him on the straightaway. And then just does not have the grip through the corner. Look out, they got to check up. Tony Stewart's looking high. Stewart doesn't have to check up. Does he go 3 wide? He does for the lead. But now he's going to get held up by his teammate because that is Mike Bliss in that Joe Gibbs Racing number 80. But that will give Tony Stewart back second for now. Terry Labonte, Bobby Labonte, Matt Kenseth, Jeremy Mayfield. Look out. Matt Kenseth squeezed it 3 wide between Terry Labonte and Mike Bliss. Tony Stewart trying to hold off Bobby Labonte. Mark Martin and Ricky Rudd. Ricky Rudd's going to drop behind Mayfield. There goes Terry Labonte trying to go to the outside of his brother. Matt Kenseth's trying to go to the inside. Bobby Labonte ends up losing a spot with that exchange. Mark Martin loses all of his track position, falls back to 8th. Bobby and Terry side by side for 3rd. Bobby's got the edge for now. Is the outside line? Has it lost its magic? Terry's gonna tuck it in front of Kenseth. So there goes Jimmy Johnson. How does he navigate the Mike Bliss? Can't find a way around now. But the top 2 have seemed to kind of pull away here as Tony Stewart is hawking down Jeff Burton. We'll kind of go through your field here. There's Bill Elliott, top 30. There's Dale Jr. Man, Elliott Sadler. John Andretti's lost all of his spots. Brian Vickers. There's Kurt Busch. Ryan Newman's kind of having a poor day. If you're running for the championship. You don't need these kinds of days. Jeff Gordon's just trying to sweat it out. Jimmy Johnson's up to 9th. Well, your point leader is Matt Kenseth. And this is just, talking about Ryan Newman, talking about Jeff Gordon. When you're trying to run for a championship, when you're trying to make up points, Ryan Newman is 60 back, Jeff Gordon's 56 back, Jimmy Johnson's 98 back, and he's still going to lose ground to Matt Kenseth. And, barring something catastrophic, there is a chance that something happens to Matt Kenseth strategy-wise or whatever. But these are the days that win you championships for a guy like Matt Kenseth. Just run in the top 10, run top 5, do what you need to do. As here goes Tony Stewart looking to the lead. Has it switched now? Now the tires have worn. Had a lot of wear on the tires now. Is the inside or the outside? Which one's better? The outside line still prevailing. As we got Terry Labonte and Jeremy Mayfield looking around to the outside of Bobby Labonte. As you see these cars just crawling out of the corner, just the grip has gone away. Tony Stewart's looking for a little higher arc right there, maybe trying to get a later apex. Trying to get a run back at Jeff Burton there. There was Jimmy Johnson. Now he has attached himself to this front pack, if you will. The top 9 all have a really good shot at winning this race. It looks like the best cars, though, are going to be this 20 and this 99. The one in the 18, I say, would probably be the next level. And then pretty much everybody else is right here. But look at Jimmy Johnson with an amazing move up the inside. I thought I was pushing the wrong button there. So he tried making it 3 wide. He's still almost 3 wide. Just does not have the grip on the bottom. Here comes Dale Jarrett, Michael Waltrip. Jeff Gordon's up to 13th. Help from Greg Biffle. So there's... Whoa. Jeff Burton, Kurt Busch, John Andretti. There's Ryan Newman. This is a spot you do not want to be in. They're nearly 4 wide, using up 5 different lanes. He's outside the top 25. This is not where you want to be. Yeah, you're kind of hoping that the Dodge body would help carry him a little bit. Been unable to make his way forward. Did not have I think he qualified 10th. But race trim wise, that car just did not have the grip. And now he's 4 wide with Paul Menard, Mike Bliss, John Andretti. Look out. Mike Bliss is going to lift. See Brian Vickers back there. There's Jeff Gordon up to 11th right there. It's Terry Labonte's now catching up to Tony Stewart. Next time by will be 20 laps to go. Here we come off turn 4. Matt Kenseth is 4th. Bobby Labonte's back to 5th. Jimmy Johnson's up to 7th. Yeah, and even if Jimmy Johnson finishes in front of Matt Kenseth, he's going to need to finish, I think, what was he, 98 points back? So 98 spots ahead of Matt Kenseth between here and the end of the season. That's just kind of the season Matt Kenseth's just had. As here we go, we got pit stops. Jeff Burton's going to continue to lead here. Terry Labonte, Mark Martin, these guys are going to get a massive jump here. They're trying to short pit. Just under 20 to go. Burton's going to continue to stay out here. His yellow flag is out. What happened here? Mike Bliss with major damage on the inside here. So yeah, I went back in time to see if these guys could make it to the end, and they could. Yeah, like the 4 right there. Oh, Jason Leffler tried pitting from the outside line. Nothing that 80 car could really do. Look out, Mayfield. I thought it was going to be with the 4 and the 10. Because see right there, the 10 tries coming down, has to go up the track, almost tags the 80, but then the 84 gets hung up. Big contact right there. That was close right there from the 19. As here come all these guys going to come onto pit road now. This looks like Terry Labonte might grab the lead here. Oh man, Mark Martin. There's Jeff Gordon. We'll have to see how everything cycles here, but yeah, we'll have to see how everything cycles. We'll be back when we get ready to go green. Alrighty, we're gonna get restarted here. We got some confusion, but we got Steve Park, Buckshot Jones leading us to green. But ignore the front couple, because back here there's Jason Leffler, but the car behind Jason Leffler is your leader. And Jeff Burton, you see him going to the outside. Tony Stewart, for a second it looks like he wanted to go to the more outside, but now he's going to go to the inside. All these cars are on the lead lap, but now they are in front of the leaders. Now everything is jumbled up. Matt Kenseth looking to the inside of his teammate. Oh, that looks like Jimmy Johnson got at the back end of Bobby Labonte a little bit. Right here, this will be really interesting. This is a great opportunity for Matt Kenseth to take a 6th place car and go lead a lap with it and get himself a bonus point. As Jimmy Johnson's now 4th on the inside. Jeff Burton's trying to get a run and claw his way back up to the field. Matt Kenseth right there. If he can stick in front of Bobby Labonte, he's going to. Oh, right there, Robbie Gordon's to his inside, though. We'll have to see. It's going to be a drag race between him and the 20. It looks like Tony Stewart's going to get the advantage. Yeah, Tony Stewart's going to get the major advantage, because now they're going to be stuck behind Robbie Gordon. There was almost contact. Tony Stewart way up the track. Matt Kenseth looking low. Robbie Gordon's found himself 3 wide with the leader, and now Tony Stewart's caught behind a lapped car. And he's way up top. They're 3 wide for 3rd. Bobby Labonte, Jeff Burton, Jimmy Johnson. And they're still 3 wide with Robbie Gordon to the line. Tony Stewart will lead. Kenseth is just unable to get the run around the inside. And now Tony Stewart's got clear track in front of him. He should be able to clear the 31. And he does. Now can he hang on for another 10 laps? Matt Kenseth's going to hold on to 2nd right there for now. And we're going to kind of highlight some people there. Greg Biffle's on the outside of the top 10 for most of the day. So was Kevin Harvick. He's up in the top 10 now. Brian Vickers is grinding this day out, having a great day. There's Kenny Wallace just outside the top 10. Jay McMurray, Ricky Craven. Mark Martin's got some ground to make up. So does Terry Labonte, Jeff Gordon. All these guys were on the back side of the lead lap. And all these guys were waved around late. But they're all chasing this man right here, Tony Stewart. As Kenseth, while I was going through that, has gone to the high side, trying to get around the 31. Jimmy Spencer and Mike Skinner are in front of Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth goes to the middle. Jeff Burton goes way high. Greg Biffle's looking for 4 wide off turn 4. They're 4 wide for 3rd. Kenseth is clear, now only 1 lap car between him and Tony Stewart. This race is not over for Matt Kenseth. See Ward Burton right there, right in front of Tony Stewart. As you see Jeff Burton right there, Greg Biffle get around. Bobby Labonte's looking to try and get around. Jimmy Johnson slides right in front of that 21. That could have right hooked Johnson and ended a lot of good cars' days right there. These guys are going to continue to shuffle around right here. As you see Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, these guys are going to start working their way up through this traffic. But don't look now. Here comes Matt Kenseth. He's going to get a good run on Stewart. Where does Stewart go on Burton? It don't look now, but here comes the 16 and the 99 as well, looking to back up Kenseth. Tony Stewart is under immense pressure trying to get around this lap traffic. He's going to have 3 Roush cars in his mirror. 6 to go. Tony Stewart goes way high. Matt Kenseth goes to the middle. Ward Burton kind of shuts that 17 car off. Tony Stewart is now clear of the 22. There goes Matt Kenseth. Buckshot Jones is going to squeeze the 20. Jeff Burton's looking to the inside of his teammate. As you see back here, it's kind of tamed out. Everyone's starting to kind of get single file as they dig through the lap traffic. Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte kind of stuck back there. Meanwhile, Greg Biffle's up top, Jeff Burton, Matt Kenseth, Tony Stewart down low. Here, if Biffle can get to the outside of Ward Burton, he may be able to go for the lead. Looking for his second win in 3 races. Yeah, Tony Stewart, that car has gone away. That car has faded. That 17 and the 99 are all over him. That 10 car is starting to pull away from the 22. Or, sorry, that 10 is starting to pull away from the 20. And Greg Biffle's going for the lead. Can Biffle carry the momentum around the high side? Greg Biffle is clear. Tony Stewart is lagging right now. He is struggling right now. Kenseth overdrives the center of the corner. It's going to push the 20 car up. Matt Kenseth is trying to clear Tony Stewart. 3 laps to go for Biffle. Can Greg Biffle hang on for his 3rd career win? He won in Sonoma off a strategy. He's won at 2 road courses. Can he win on an oval? He's going to have to hold off his teammate. They're going to go 3 wide right here with the lap car coming to 2 laps to go. Jimmy Johnson throws it to the inside. They're going to be side by side. They're going to be 3 wide for 3rd. Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle. Johnson's trying to get around Tony Stewart, and Matt Kenseth clears Biffle with ease. But lap traffic's still going to be in the way. Greg Biffle's got to trust that high line. He's got to try and get around the 17. He's got to get to the outside of the 10. He cannot. He's got to force middle here. Lap and a half to go. Kenseth is to the inside of the 10. Greg Biffle's there. He's got to hang tight. He's got to stay tight on that 17. Where does Jimmy Johnson go? He's going to have a run on Biffle. Biffle's got to follow Kenseth right now. White flag is out. Final lap. One more time around for Matt Kenseth. I believe this will be Matt Kenseth's 4th win of the season if he can hang on. He's got to negotiate the teammates of the 0-1 and the 10. Biffle's going to be on the inside. That's not where you want to be. Jeff Burton's going for 4th round Tony Stewart. But the 10 will remain between the 16 and the 48 and the 17. Off of turn 4, Matt Kenseth accelerates, and he's going to win again here at Chicagoland for, I believe, the 4th time in 2004. Johnson was able to get 2nd. Greg Biffle, great points day for 3rd. Burton did get Stewart at the line for 4th. Stewart gets 5th. Bobby Labonte 6th. Great day for Harvick, finishing 7th. Vickers with 8th. Kenny Wallace top 10, as well as Jamie McMurray. Bill Elliott just outside the top 10. Mark Martin 14th. Jeff Gordon 17th. That's not great for points. Look out. Oh, we got teammates checking up for coming down into pit road. Yeah, 29th for Newman. That is not what you want. But tonight we are celebrating Matt Kenseth and that Roush 17 Ford for winning here at Chicagoland. Congratulations to Matt and Roush. So right here on the restart, he ended up restarting 3rd. Where the focus was on the 20 and the 99 at the time. And then we'll skip ahead. And then, so he ends up getting around the 99. And just kind of getting through this lap traffic. This was around 8 laps to go or so. See if we can find it. So yeah, it was around in here, but here comes Greg Biffle. He was able to get through the traffic. and he was able to separate himself from that mess. You see this mess back here? Greg Biffle and Jeff Burton were able to separate themselves from that mess. And then, let's see if we can fast forward a couple more laps. So it was about right here with about 5 laps to go. Tony Stewart was like a light switch. He flipped. He was super fast to not fast at all. And this was able to give the momentum to the 16 car. See the 10 just pulling away in the middle of the corner from the 20. Here, Matt Kenseth, Jeff Burton, all these guys knew that the 20 car was in trouble. So right here, Greg Biffle gets the lead. Kenseth finds a way around Stewart. 3 laps to go, and then with 2 to go, right here, there's the move. Let's go look at the move. So right here, he sets this up. Gets a huge run on Biffle. Just look at the closing right off turn 2. Biffle's looking to the inside of the 22. Now Matt Kenseth uses the curve there down the backstretch to able to get the angle he needs to get to the inside of the 16. And then that 17 car was just hooked up. He was just able just to roll the bottom and was able to clear Biffle by the start-finish line. There's 2 laps to go. And then he was able to put lap traffic between him and Greg Biffle. And Matt Kenseth was able to win here tonight at Chicagoland. Alrighty, these are the point standings following Chicago. Race 17, Matt Kenseth has extended his points lead over Jeff Gordon by 76 points after his 4th win. His 10th top 10, Jeff Gordon has 10 top 10s, but Matt Kenseth has 8 top 5s, almost 200 laps led. Ryan Newman's 92 back, Brian Vickers is 99 back, and Jimmy Johnson's 103 back. Biffle's there 104 back. Jeff Burton, Kurt Busch, Terry Labonte, and Sterling Marlin's 165 back. Kenny Wallace made up some ground, +3, so did Kevin Harvick. Bobby Labonte made up some ground. Jeff Green with that wreck fell backwards. Tony Stewart, Ricky Craven made up some ground. Looks like Robbie Gordon lost quite a few spots. Elliott Sadler lost quite a few spots. Bill Elliott moved up 3 spots. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We will see you next week, I believe, for New Hampshire.